Hi, this is Tori Dukes. I'm the coordinator for public services in the Lynn campus at North Shore Community College. Today, I want to show you some resources that I've put together for your class, for your Sociology 106 class with Professor Marin. I'm going to start at the library website. Our website is library.northshore.edu. This website has access to resources where you can find your sources for your assignments and you can get help. I want to point out at the top of our page is our Snap search. And here you can search for articles, books, videos, and more on just about any topic you can think of. You can type in your keywords and search across multiple databases at once. Down below this, you can get help. And this is really important when you start doing your research. If you run into any problems or you can't find what you need, reach out to us. We can help you locate information, get into databases, get citations, and figure out how to approach topics and narrow them down. You can chat, text, or email a librarian. Librarians are available from 8 in the morning till 8 at night, Monday to Thursday, and 8 to 4 on Friday. You can schedule an appointment with a librarian, and you can access the tutoring center. There's a lot of help available on campus, and I do recommend that you take advantage of it. Our job is to help you succeed, and you can reach out to us in a number of ways. What I want to look at today is the libguide. So there's a course libguide. If you click on where it says View Libguides and scroll down to Sociology, and you'll find your course, Sociology 106 with Professor Marin. Down here, click on the title and it takes you into the guide. So this guide was put together to help you with the research assignment that you have for this class. The tabs across the top break down the different parts of the assignment. And I'm going to work through part of this LibGuide. I will come back later in the semester and have another recording for the second part of your assignment. But to begin, I want to go over some basic features. So on the Home tab, you can access our chat reference by clicking on this orange cloud. You can email me if you have any questions or schedule an appointment with me. If you scroll down, you can get back to our Snap search where you can search for information. And then the tabs across the top are going to walk you through the different parts of the assignment. So the Your Assignment tab has the information that you need for this research report. What we're starting out with is the first part of this. So I have in red the different parts of the assignment where library resources will be needed. The first one is of a topic. So you want to pick a topic that's interesting to you, that you're curious about. There are a couple ways that you can do this. You can look in your textbook. You can look in the news. You can look in some of our databases and explore things. You could choose something that has affected you personally or something that you want to know more about. I can't stress enough that you should be interested in the topic you choose because you're going to spend a lot of time with this topic. And so it does help if it's something that actually interests you. There are a few resources that you can use to pick topics. And under selecting and exploring your topic, you can get into some of our databases that are helpful for this stage. If you're not sure about a topic, our Opposing Viewpoints and Context database is a good one to start with. When you click on the title, it'll take you into the database. And this particular database is really good for this stage if you're not sure about a topic because you can browse the issues. And under Browse Issues, it'll bring up a list of a whole lot of big topics. Now, you're not going to do your assignment on poverty or free trade. Those are too big. You're going to narrow it down. Any topic that you pick, you want it to be a focused topic so you don't get overwhelmed with the amount of information that's available. If you click on one of these topics, it'll take you into information about that topic. So here I have an introduction to the topic of poverty. And then if I scroll down, I have different types of sources. So I have academic journal articles. These are peer-reviewed journals. And later in the semester, you're going to have to find these types of sources. But right now, I want to focus on looking at a topic and breaking it down. And in this database, a good place to go for that are the viewpoint articles. So if I click on viewpoints, it's going to give me 573 articles that are addressing different aspects of the topic of poverty. And these articles, these individual articles, can give me an idea of ways I can narrow down my topic. And so here I have universal basic income, I have welfare reform, Social Security, elderly. There are all sorts of different issues going on in here, and you would choose one of these to use as a focus topic. If you click on the title, it takes you into the article, and here I can read the article and I can get the citation. If you find anything in the opposing viewpoints database that you want to use, I recommend emailing it to yourself or saving it to Google Drive. In doing that, it'll give you a link back in and the article itself. And at the bottom of the article, if I scroll down to the bottom of the page, is the MLA style citation. So this citation, if I use this article, I will need this to put into my works cited or my annotated bibliography. Also, when you use citations, you'll need an in-text citation. So if I used information from this article in my introduction or in part of my paper, I would put what's called an in-text citation. And that is usually the author's last name and the page number. Because this is an online source, there is not a page number, so I would just use the author's last name in parentheses. And there's information in the libguide on how to do that. I'm going to go back to the libguide. So I went into opposing viewpoints and context, and that's a good place to go to explore topics. What you're tasked with right now is defining your problem and writing your introduction. And for that, the database you want to use is our Credo database. If you click on Credo, if you're off, well, everyone's off campus, you'll be asked to log in. It's asking for your My North Shore username and password. And here you can look up your concepts, look for background information on your topic. And so when I type in the word poverty, it's giving me a list of articles from reference sources. So these are from encyclopedias, specialized encyclopedias, general encyclopedias, dictionaries, and other reference sources. I have a list of them here. And over here, you'll often have a mind map. And this is another tool that you can use to narrow down a topic. As I said before, poverty is too big of an issue. I'm going to look at a few of these articles and see, what they're saying in the articles to see if I can narrow it down that way. Or I can use this mind map and click on one of these, and it's going to change the articles that I have on the side. And so if I find something that I think is going to be helpful, I'm going to click on the title. It's going to take me into this particular article. And so here I have information that I can use possibly in my introduction. So Credo is a great source for general information and background information. And one of the things that you're asked to do is to define your problem and to use reference sources to do that. You will still need to cite these sources. And to get the citation, I can go to where it says citation and choose MLA, which is the style that you'll be using. And you can copy this and paste it into a Google Doc or a Word doc, or I can go to share. And under share, I can choose the MLA style citation, fill in the form. It'll send me a link back into the database and the formatted citation. One thing about the Credo database, when you're using the citations, and when I click on this, my in-text citation, as I said before, is usually the author's last name and the page number. Because I'm in Credo, I don't have a page number. I would put Miller Smith in parentheses after the information that I use from this article. In some cases, you are not going to have an author, and that's fine. What you will end up doing, let's see if I can find one here for you. Let's see. What you'll end up doing is using the title. Whatever's at the beginning of the citation, so in this case I do have an author, I would put win-ins. If I didn't have an author, I would put the title. And so some reference sources do not have authors for their articles. And that's fine if you come across something like that. Let's see. Let's look at this one here. This is from the Columbia Encyclopedia, which is a general encyclopedia. And so here I don't have an author. I would put the word homelessness in parentheses as my in-text or parenthetical citation. So as you go through Credo and you start finding things, look at the words that they're using to describe the topic. Look at how they're breaking down this topic, and that'll help you define your problem and come up with a research question. I'm going to go back to the LibGuide. There are videos here on how to develop a research topic and a video on how to use Wikipedia for academic research. You're not going to use Wikipedia as a source, but it is a good place to go to get ideas about topics, to find keywords, and to find ways to break down larger topics. And there's a video here on how to do that. If you find a piece of information in Wikipedia that you want to use, you'll go into Credo and verify the information and use the source in Credo as your source. Developing your research question, there's information here on the reasons, again, why you want a more focused topic, ways that you can identify your concepts. You don't want something that's too broad that you're overwhelmed with the information that you get, or something that's too narrow where you're not finding any information at all. When you identify the problem that you want to look at, you want to identify the concepts. So pull out the different concepts and then think of other terms that you can use when you go into a database to find information. There are videos in here and links into help on how to do these pieces of research. And the problem definition, once you have a problem, you can start searching in Snap Search for some things. But right now, what you want to focus on is your introduction. If I go back to the Your Assignment tab, there is an example here on how to approach the assignment. So there's an example here using a particular topic that walks you through the different parts of this, and developing research questions and coming up with keywords. And so there is help available here in the LibGuide itself. As I said, in a later video, we will talk about peer-reviewed journal articles and annotated bibliographies. But under the Bibliographic References tab, there is a video here on parenthetical citations. This video does mention a resource called EasyBib that we no longer have access to, but the rest of the information is still valid, and the instructions still hold and will help you identify the parenthetical or in-text citations. There are also some examples here underneath that will give you an idea of how to set those up. Under the Help and Feedback tab, you can, again, access help. You can email me or schedule an appointment with me. If I'm not available, you can book an appointment with another librarian, or click on Online Reference Service and you can chat, text, or email a librarian during the hours that we're open. You can also access the tutoring center here as well. So when you're doing your research, you may not have questions right now, but eventually you will. And so reach out to us, we can help you. And the LibGuide, again, I went to the library website, library.northshore.edu, and went to LibGuides and found the class that way.